Hello to you, and we are ready to interact.
Greetings, how are you?
We are good. How are you?
Very good, very good. Surprisingly a high amount of energy for this evening.
Yep, that's very good. So, how can we interact with you guys?
We have a couple of questions. The first one came to me just as we were beginning the session, and it kind of did self-resolve today. But I wanted to ask about Maryam's brain fog that she's been having the last couple of days.
Mm-hmm.
Why specifically did that manifest itself at this point in time?
Going around in circles in her own mind. That's the reason. So what she's been doing is she's been focusing on not finding her way out of a situation which clearly is impossible considering the laws of the universe and how the reality operates. But what she's been doing is she's limiting herself because she doesn't want to get out of the situation. And previously we mentioned that to her, that she is the one not wanting to get out of the situation. We are happy for her to do whatever she wants to do, whatever she is being called to do or inspired to do. But the truth is, she is the one going in circles in her own mind. So that going in circles is going from one emotion to the next. And because those emotions are in the place that we call the heart, the place of contrast, she doesn't find her way out of the situation.
Yes.
So she's trapped in those lower emotions, convincing herself that that's what she needs to do. We are not saying she's saying that that's what she deserves, but she thinks that's what she needs to do as part of the unfolding of her reality. We don't know why she thinks she needs to do that. We do know, but we don't know in a way that we don't know why she is doing that to herself. Why she thinks that there is a need to keep repeating those emotions. We can see it from our perspective, but we don't know why she's doing it to herself. So it's self-inflicted.
Yes, it is interesting. We kind of went through, let's say, in our discussion, what arose was her anger that she was holding on to from a past relationship, and then having stepped back into that moment, and then she feels that she released things that were sitting there that were stuck, that needed to be said. And after saying those things, she felt relief, and then after that she said that the brain fog disappeared. So with the brain fog, is it just that, is it isolated to that one relationship, or are there other factors involved?
So before we answer your question, let us take you back to what she thinks that she needs to do. We want her to know that what she is doing right now is not necessarily what she needs to do. We think that she can do whatever she wants to do, and we don't challenge her, but we don't know why she thinks that she needs to go through what she's going through right now. So the reality that she's challenged by is what she's doing to herself, period. So we think that in every relationship that she ever walked into, she was seeing aspects of herself outside of her. Now, our question to her is why she wants to bring those aspects into her present moment, why there is a need for that in her perception. That's our question to her.
Well, what kind of things specifically do you mean?
So you mentioned that you guys went back to that reality where she was in the previous relationship and she talked to the guy in that reality.
Yes.
We perceive that guy as an aspect of Maryam.
Yes.
So she pretty much spoke to an aspect of herself that doesn't exist. It belongs to that reality where she was vibrationally. So why she's talking to that vibration? And that's our point when it comes to releasing. Why do you think you have to go back and talk to that old vibration?
I think from what I've witnessed is some people do find freedom from revisiting or walking through those steps of talking to those parts of themselves, those past parts of themselves, whereas perhaps others experience not the same amount of freedom.
We don't disagree with you, but in case that we're talking about, in case who is Maryam, in this case, who is Maryam, we don't think that's what she really needs, because she's got that vibration so active that she has believed she needs to repeat it, even though she's not in that reality anymore.
So how does she stop repeating it? What does she...
By not activating it. Why she thinks that she needs to have that vibration active? What is the need for her? And we know the answer to it.
Does she know?
Obviously not, because from what we know, she would have stopped if she had the answer.
So would it help her to know how you perceive the answer?
We perceive it as there is an aspect of her that she is challenged by, and she keeps it active in her frequency. Why does she need that aspect of herself that no longer serves her to be active? Because that aspect ended when she walked out of that house. She fulfilled that vibration. She satisfied it. She had closure with it. That was the reason she saw the new door. The door was open, but she saw it. She saw that door. When we guided her to check that phone, that was the same thing, that she was having closure. She understood it. She looked at the phone. We're just using the phone and having walked out of the house as two examples to establish the pattern. But why she is repeating it? Why is it active in her vibration while she's in her car? What is she trying to achieve by holding on to that pattern? What else is she going to discover and walk away from in her own reality? Why does she have to find an aspect that she doesn't like and walk away from it? That's where she's stuck. She wants to identify something that she doesn't like, that's outside of her, to walk away from it. That's the brain fog. That's the confusion. That's not knowing how to process herself anymore. Because it doesn't make sense at this point in time from your perspective. At this point in time, which is from your perspective, from your human perspective, it doesn't make sense. But again, we are not against it. She can explore that as much as she wants, for as long as she wants.